Today, in this short infotainment video, I am going to give you an update on the Retevis RA85 walkie-talkie. Longtime viewers may recall that a few months ago I did a full review of the Retevis RA85 GMRS walkie-talkie, and on that video I gave Retevis a fresh, hot, steamy Tuscaloosa dumpling. And for those of you not familiar with what a Tuscaloosa dumpling is, it is a classic take on the Appalachian squeeze, but then you finish it off with a Memphis mouthwash. Reach around, not required. And after watching that previous video of mine, apparently dear leader at Retevis decided they should make some changes. So after sending those responsible for the screw-ups off for re-education, dear leader cranked production back up at the child slave labor camp, and they came out with this, the new updated Retevis RA85 GMRS walkie-talkie. As you can see, it looks exactly like the previous version of the RA85, but just like your mother kept telling you when you were young, looks don't matter. It's what's on the inside that counts. She lied. Now, I would do another full review video of this radio, but I don't want to. Instead, I will only go over the changes that Retevis says they have made after wiping that Tuscaloosa dumpling off their face. And just to be clear, Retevis did send me this new updated R85 at no cost so that I could share it with you, my favorite viewer. So as a refresher, and for those who may not have seen my previous video, these are the issues that I politely pointed out to Retevis and their current status on the updated version of the RA85. Number 1. The antenna on the original RA85 was not removable. I saw that someone left a question on the Retevis Amazon page about why the antenna was not removable, and Retevis's response was that the antenna was not removable due to FCC requirements. Now, maybe I'm just reading the FCC requirements wrong, or maybe as so many of my beloved haters, the haters that still seem to watch every video that I make, maybe as some of the haters love to point out, maybe I'm just an idiot, but it is my understanding that only FRS radios require a fixed non-removable antenna. GMRS radios do not require a non-removable antenna unless that radio also transmits data. This is a GMRS radio, and this radio does not transmit data, so it is my understanding that it is permitted by the FCC to have a removable antenna. And that is why virtually all other GMRS radios from virtually all other manufacturers have removable antennas. So can the antenna on the new RA85 be removed? I don't see a set screw. Maybe it's just glued on. See if I can break the glue. Ow. Shit. That's my money counting hand. Let's see if we can do it with the proper tools. What I'm trying to do is, if there's just a piece of glue in there, I want to see if it's removable. Ooh. I don't want to break it. The antenna is still not removable. Again, according to my understanding of the FCC regulations, it's allowed to be removable, so I'm not sure why it's not. Issue number 2. Out of the box, the original RA85 came with CTC or DCT codes pre-programmed on every channel. So does the new updated RA85 have pre-programmed codes? We're on channel 1.
3, 4.
As you can see, there is no indicator of CTCS tones or codes at the top. So out of the box, no, there are no pre-programmed CTCSS or DCS or DTC tones or codes on any of the channels, as indicated by the lack of the indicator across the top. Good job, Retevis. Although I still have no idea why you would do that in the first place, but now the radio is actually usable right out of the box. And finally, the last issue that I found objectionable is that out of the box on the previous version of the RA85, every single channel was set to narrowband, and if I am remembering correctly, there was no way to change the bandwidth on the radio. There was no menu option to change from narrowband to wideband. So did Retevis fix that? As you can see, I'm on channel 29 and there is no narrowband indicator.
24, 16.
And it looks like all of the channels are set to wideband out of the box, except for channels 8 through 14. As you can see, there is a N there for the narrowband, which is an FCC requirement. Our overlords at the FCC have decreed that GMRS channels 8 through 14 must be set at narrowband. But as you can see, all the other channels out of the box are set to wideband. And also,
Menu.
there is now a menu option so that I can change the bandwidth from wide
Confirm.
to narrow
Channel bandwidth.
or narrow to wide,
Confirm.
which was not available on the original RA85. So it does indeed appear as though Retevis has taken my advice and they fixed all of the main major problems with the original version of the RA85, except for the antenna. It is still not removable. Retevis, please, you should reread the FCC requirements for GMRS handheld radios, because being able to remove the antenna to replace it with a better one or a larger one, or to connect it to a large antenna on my roof or on my car, like on all other GMRS radios, being able to do that makes this radio much more valuable and desirable to the consumer. So now that Retevis has mostly taken my advice, the new updated version of the RA85 is indeed a good, inexpensive GMRS handheld radio.